This sure ain't the Love Boat. It's Harmless Phosphorescence. Desert Thunder ready to rumble. This is Fascist Pussy Throw Smiley. Who's joining me this week?
Hi, I'm Larry Goat. Do you have butthole problems? Try Divatox.
I'm Brian Lesh, but you can call me the Blue Ranger because I am willing to break my own back to get out of this adventure.
I am the wicked galactic pirate Alaric Weber.
You are.
In space, no one can hear you. Yar.
This is Harmless Phosphorescence. It's the podcast where we watch every theatrically released full-length live-action superhero movie ever made. We gather some research and production in the source material, then we tell you about it. This show is brought to you by patrons. Patreon.com/harmless entertainment is all you need. That Beatles said love, we say it's our Patreon.
It's $1 a month.
Prove us wrong, Ringo.
All you need's a buck.
Yeah, a buck. All you need's a buck. Thanks, Brian. That dovetailed perfectly. All you need's a buck to listen to all of our great patron-only shows. We've got Encino Man up this month. We just did Jack and Jill, which our patron Michael Beckwith just watched in order to listen to our episode and said, "I'm so sorry." So, yeah.
It's the Dunkachino episode.
Yeah, it is the Dunkachino episode.
I was watching Ted the other day, or at least I had it on because Netflix has it up. And Ted says they just watched Jack and Jill, and Adam Sandler plays his sister. It's horrible. It's terrible. I was like, yes, it is, little stumped bear.
It really is. It's really bad.
But I also want to let our listeners, prospective patrons know we've talked about like Kubrick films. We've talked about.
Yeah,
I swear we've talked about legit filmmaking.
Yeah,
it's not all turbo.
It ain't all bad.
Yeah, no, we did The Shining. We did Alien.
We never did Galaxy Quest.
We did all of the Star Wars movies.
Are you sure
That's
we didn't
all of them.
do Galaxy Quest, Josh? Because I think I remember.
We really did.
My brain. No, we really didn't.
At some point, we should never ever do Galaxy Quest just so we can keep the bit
I
going.
watched it like a week ago, and I kept thinking to myself, we didn't do this? Are you sure? I didn't even text you guys about it. I was having this conversation by myself.
I Mandela affected myself.
And me. You wrote me into this too, Josh.
Yeah, it was a great episode in my mind.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun, man. Never give up. Never surrender.
For $1 a month, you could have movies that are in my mind.
And you can look for Galaxy Quest in our Patreon and maybe find it. I doubt it.
Maybe it's there.
If it is, what if it was there? What the fuck?
We've been doing it long enough that there's a Shazam Kazam.
Oh my God. Yeah, but
situation. Anyway, sorry.
This week on Harmless Phosphorescence, we are watching Turbo, a Power Rangers movie.
It's time to power up. The world's most famous action force is back on the big screen. With a secret weapon.
I'm the new Blue Ranger.
What are you talking about?
A giant problem. And a whole new way.
Wind Chaser ready to howl.
This is awesome.
To thrill.
Let's rip some velocity.
All right.
Turbo action.
Good thing you don't need a license to drive Zord.
Turbo power. Turbo sword.
Megazord warp sequence is online. Let's shift to the turbo.
That's my man. Wow, cool.
Get ready for the ultimate power trip.
What a rush.
Turbo, a Power Rangers movie.
The ultimate power trip, a.k.a. the Henry Kissinger story.
He's still alive as of this recording, folks.
I know. This just in. Henry Kissinger is still
Yeah. Oh God. Kissinger.
We could send the Power Rangers. I bet you they could take care of him.
I don't think they could.
He'd probably fucking carpet bomb Cambodia or something.
The Paris Pizza Zord. Yeah. Paris Pizza Cord puns early in the morning.
So Turbo, a Power Rangers movie, was released March 28th, 1997. Had a running time of 99 minutes. It cost $8 million, and it made $9.6 million. So it was not much of it. It barely scraped its budget back. It didn't do especially well, and that's why there wasn't another Power Rangers movie.
So I guess the question is, how much did they make in toy sales as a result of this? How many Turbo cars were sold? I own 0 of these. Just a reminder to you guys and to anybody that remembers the other Power Ranger episodes. I was not allowed to watch the Power Rangers as a small child. I was 10 when this came out. I was the target market for this, and I had no interest in it.
Because my little brother was about that. He was younger than 10, but he loved the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
We had Voltron.
Yeah,
and,
Voltron was
Gundam and Robotech.
Oh, Robotech, yeah. So so apparently this is a pretty controversial movie within the Power Rangers fandom.
Is it because we've shuffled the deck with the players? The Green Ranger is now he's no longer the White Ranger. Now he's the Red Ranger, and the Pink Ranger is a different guy.
Well, green is the new orange.
Is the new pink. So there are different Power Rangers now, but that happened in the previous season of TV. This does go in between seasons of the show chronologically.
This is television continuity.
Yeah, definitely. But then also they're upset because they got rid of whatever their Zords were before. Weren't they animals or something?
Yeah.
And now
were there the Dinozords, or was that the first?
I don't remember.
Or there were Dino.
There were Dinozords. I don't remember where that falls in. But then in
the Jurassic era.
But they, in order to continue using the footage from the Japanese version, which changed every season, would change vehicles. Okay. We talked about this. If you want to hear an extensive history of the original Japanese Power Rangers, listen to the first episode we did on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It's, I don't know, way back there in the feed. Scroll down a lot. But they would change vehicles every single year. And so eventually they ran out of footage to recycle into the American Power Rangers. So they had to change vehicles. So they made a big thing about it. But the American fan community was like, no, we like the original Zords.
What, a bunch of 9-year-olds?
I guess.
Picking it out front of Saban or whatever.
And then apparently the following season, they retconned all of this. So none of this actually happened. And they were upset about that too.
Was it like Dallas or something?
I guess.
God, I should have watched this.
But no, if we remember, what is it? Super something. I can't remember what the Japanese one is, and I'm not going to go do more research. But I already did that research. It's on the feed. Just scroll down.
We appreciate your hard work, Thoreau, by the way.
But they at one point they got to the point where they were doing like trains. They were train Zords.
That's hilarious.
I remember that.
Was there like a guy who laid tracks in front of him?
Tracks?
I don't know.
It's like Night Boat. There's always a
boats.
canal.
They were boats at one point too.
Okay, but that makes more sense than
the trains. They were trains.
Boats are at least multi-directional.
I guess, yeah, the Earth is 80% water, so.
Well, you can turn or all the way around. That's key. Even if there was less water.
But is it like,
train can't parallel park.
Rita Repulsa left, ran off at a 90-degree angle from the track.
You just coast by the situation.
It's literally an act of Congress to chase the villain.
So, yeah, I don't know, Power Rangers.
I would say. It's like we were battling Rita Repulsa, but now it's robber barons and railroad tycoons.
Anyway, so it didn't do well, which means we're going to play the box office top 10 game. This
1997.
is the game, yes, where I'm going to describe the top 10 movie of the week for the week of March 28th, 1997, and the guys here are going to try to guess the movie I describe. You ready to play?
Get in there, Rocky.
Yeah.
Get in there.
All right. Here we go.
Get
At
in there.
number 10 for the week of 1997. A simple man, hospitalized since his childhood murder of his mother and her lover, is released to start a new life in a small town.
All right. First sentence again. A guy who's in
A simple man, hospitalized since his his childhood murder of his mother and her lover, is
Oh, this
released.
is a Halloween movie, right?
It is not a Halloween movie.
Oh.
I
Well,
could-
you said childhood murder. I assume that he was the murderer.
He was.
Okay.
I hadn't realized how much this matches this movie's basic premise matches Halloween, though. I'm going to say one sentence and everyone's instantly going to get it. Some people call it a Kaiser blade.
Oh.
Oh, Sling
Sling
Blade.
Blade.
Sling blade, yes. Billy Bob.
And Halle Berry, right?
Was it Halle?
No, that's,
That's
Monster.
Monster.
That's,
Oh,
yeah,
Monster.
That's, Monster's Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Monster was Charlize
Oh,
Theron. Monster's
that's right,
Ball
yeah.
was Halle Berry, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, John Ritter's in Sling Blade. He was.
Yeah.
so
Oh,
good.
wow, yeah. It was like one of the few dramatic roles he did.
And he played a gay character in a southern town.
Yeah.
That won Academy Awards, right? Or
Uh-huh.
Oscars or whatever.
Yeah, Billy Bob
Yeah.
got his, yeah.
Like, yeah.
At number 9 this week, 2 tacky homegirls move to L.A. to become dancers. Instead, they scam a dying millionaire.
Bats?
Baps! Yeah, you got it. Damn, Josh.
Okay, I've never seen it, but full disclosure, I worked in a video store, so I remember seeing it.
Yeah, that's Black American Princesses. Baps.
Is that supposed to be a play on the Japanese or Jewish American princess
I
thing?
I believe
think so, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. At number 7. I'm sorry, at number 8. It's number 9. At number 8 this week. At the close of the war, a young nurse tends to a badly burned plane crash victim.
English patient.
The English Patient. Best Picture winner, The English Patient. At
One of the Fiennes, right?
yeah, Joseph.
Yeah.
Joseph Fiennes, I think. At number 7 this week, opening, a space alien is threatening to bring destruction on Earth. And the Power Rangers are enhanced with turbo powers.
All right.
Wow,
let's
this made the
see.
top 10.
Event
It
Horizon.
opened at number 7, yeah. Event
Ghosts of
Horizon. Event Horizon,
Ghosts.
another movie that is on our Patreon.
Yeah, we
We
did do that.
We didn't already do that? We did that one.
We did
did
do
that.
Event Horizon.
That
yeah.
was my pick.
I think
guarantee.
so. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good episode.
Opening at number 6 this week. A college athlete returns from the dead to help his brother's basketball team win the NCAA title.
Oh, what is this called?
Air Bud.
This is a
Bud.
Wayans thing, and also
It's a remake,
yeah,
right?
David
Of-
Spade's in it?
Probably.
No?
Probably, I don't
Oh,
know.
probably.
He's not on the poster, I don't know.
Okay,
I can't think of the guy's name. It's a remake of the movie that had the guy from Dick Tracy as the lead.
Yeah, it's a remake of Heaven Can Wait.
Heaven Can Wait. That's the one. Yeah. What is it called though?
It's called
Basketball Angel.
The Sixth Man.
Oh, so Basketball Angel. basically.
Basketball Angel, yeah.
Yep, Basketball Angel.
At number 5 this week. After you guys are okay. After rescuing their friend, our group of heroes attempt to take out the bad guys while our lead hero tries to help his dad. I had to change a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of vagary.
Yeah, it was very vague. It was accurate vagary. This is a re-release. It is not a 1997 film in its original form.
Oh, this is a Star Wars movie.
Return
Return
of the Jedi. Return of the Jedi Special Edition.
Those were the days.
Yeah.
It has the Chex Mix monster singing in it.
This is the premiere of Jedi Rocks. Yes.
Yep.
What I consider to be the single darkest moment in all of Star Wars. trumping the point, even trumping when the camel farts in Jar Jar's face.
Or the blue milk.
God.
I don't know. Ukite might be up there with what's the McClunky?
McClunky's pretty bad, yeah.
Yeah. George likes those weird sound words,
George.
onomatopoeia thingies.
Yeah. At number 4 this week. Oh wow. I really thought this movie came out earlier. This is late for this movie. A man learns he has a 13-year-old son who was raised in the wild and brings the boy to New York City, turning his life upside down in the process.
This is Tim Allen and Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Tim Allen.
Can picture the poster box.
Yeah. It's
let's see, Ghost Ad.
I mean it's jungle to jungle.
Jungle, yeah.
Which
I
is
was halfway. I was halfway there. I was thinking like Back to the Jungle.
Yeah, which the naming the naming convention. It's the number 2 in the middle, Jungle to Jungle. They should have kept that for the sequel. They should have just called it like Jungle Boy or something, and then
I don't know. I like Jungle to Jungle as a name for a movie about a kid coming from a jungle to the concrete jungle.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Makes sense.
It's just with the number 2, like
Yeah.
Too Fast, Too Furious, Too Jungle, Too Jungle.
Like
5
fast
dogs
10-year
now.
seatbelts.
Hey, look, man. Boys to Men was not a sequel.
That's true.
That's true.
Well, I mean, they kind of were a sequel to Belle Biv DeVoe.
Well, they were boys first.
At number 3 this week, the true story of a Texas-born Tejano singer who rose from cult status to performing at the Astrodome.
Bitty bop. Bitty bitty bop.
Selena. Yes, starring J-Lo and Edward James Olmos. Edward James Almost a
Almost.
star.
The Edward James Olmos impersonator.
Yeah. The drag,
30
Edward James
This is a 30
Olmos.
Rock joke. But Chops and I used to make it years ago, but I'm not going to. Never mind.
At number 2 this week, a police officer uncovers the real identity of his house guest, an IRA terrorist in hiding.
If he's already staying at your house, you're a shitty detective.
Is this a Tom Clancy Harrison Ford movie?
It is a Harrison Ford. Is it a Clancy? I don't know if it's a Clancy. It is a Harrison Ford.
So it's not Clear and Present Danger.
No.
It's Ford and Pitt. Brad Pitt, Harrison Ford.
That
What
hit.
movie is this?
I remember this one. I did watch it. I don't remember much about it other than Harrison Ford being like, "Get off my couch." Yeah, we did the same.
Picture this. It's great. Get off of my.
It's called The Devil's Own. Brad Pitt does a terrible Irish accent in it.
That was not a Tom Clancy. It was probably a novel.
Yeah, almost certainly a novel. And
Is it his worst Irish accent, though?
how many Irish accents has Brad Pitt done? I don't remember others.
I'm trying to think of the other one.
Are we
He
thinking of
hasn't done a
Far and
lot of
Away where
accents.
Tom Cruise did a
No,
terrible
no,
Irish
not.
accent?
Because that's one of many terrible Irish accents.
That's far and away the worst. I'm sorry
Yeah.
every time.
There was the point
Or
where
his,
Brad Pitt started dancing on the couch and saying, "You're always after me, Lucky Charms." Harrison Ford.
We did the leprechaun. folks.
Yeah, Leprechaun. That is on our Patreon as well.
This whole episode's just an ad for the Patreon.
Well, we're not
Yeah.
going to promote the Power Range.
There was his pikey accent from
Oh yeah.
what was that movie?
Snatch.
Snatch.
Yeah, that's true.
That's right.
Like
That was
Dags.
that wasn't a great accent, but it could have been
No.
worse. I thought.
Yeah. Well, he's just surrounded
I think
by
it was the
Brits.
first time we'd heard that accent from anybody.
Yeah.
The Irish Traveler. Yeah. Pockies.
All
First time I heard that.
You like
Yeah.
Dags?
It's the Irish term for gypsy. Which,
Number one this week at the
Harpies.
box office. A lawyer finds his career turned upside down. I have to leave it at that, or it's going to give away what it is.
Legal Eagles.
Liar, liar.
Yeah,
Oh,
you got it, Al.
that's an
Wow.
underrated gem.
The pig
Maybe
is-
it's rated appropriately.
Boom, number one.
Yeah, still number one this week. It's only in its second week.
I saw that in theaters.
I
think so.
did not. At this point, I was like not going to theaters for like every Jim Carrey high concept thing.
Or in general, 97, like
Yeah.
money.
Oh yeah. 1997. Yeah, I was in March 1997. I was 20 years old. I definitely didn't have the money just to go to theaters to see Jim Carrey movies.
Or we did, but beer and Taco Bell won out.
Yeah, absolutely. So that is our box office top 10, which brings us to the production of this film itself, which has not much to talk about.
Good. Oh,
Because
good. That's the best news ever.
yeah,
That just
because
gave me
like
a warm
it's a
dose.
Power Rangers movie.
Yes, it was willed into existence.
It was directed by David Winning. Let's see his other film outings include Killer Image, a 1992 independent Canadian suspense film.
He's our man.
2009 Swamp Devil, a Canadian horror film. This dude might be Canadian.
Might be. Yeah. If you've made most of your movies in Canada, you might be Canadian.
Most of his American work is in television. Friday the 13th, the series. Are You Afraid of the Dark? Sweet Valley High. Goosebumps.
Are You Afraid of the Dark, though? and
Are You
Goosebumps?
Afraid of
Those
the
are
Dark?
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those aren't bad.
Yeah, if he
Gene-
did the early Goosebumps,
Funnily
that
enough,
was, there was a fun
Friday the
run of that.
Funnily enough, Friday the 13th aired on Thursdays. I don't know. if
Just
that's
psych
true.
you up.
That would-
Just psych you up.
That would be the stupid thing for them to do.
This guy directed 7 episodes of Gene Roddenberry's Earth Final Conflict.
I remember.
Somebody
that.
had to, I suppose.
Yeah. 4 episodes of Dinotopia.
Wait, that was a TV show?
Apparently, yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Those are good books.
Yeah, I bet they could do a great job now. The better effect.
Yeah. That would be really fun. Kids would
Wow.
love
Yeah.
that.
This guy is now almost exclusively working on Hallmark Channel Christmas movies. In the last 4 years, he's directed Sense, Sensibility, and Snowmen. Time for Me to Come Home for Christmas. A Blue Ridge Mountain Christmas. Time for Us to Come Home for Christmas, which I assume is a sequel to Time for Me to Come Home for Christmas.
They're like, it's March 7th.
You, Me, and the Christmas Tree. The 9 Kittens of Christmas. Time for Him to Come Home for Christmas.
Little Snow Women.
Oh, I wish.
Little Snow Women.
And, of course, Crossword Mysteries. Riddle Me Dead.
Of course. So he's winning?
Yeah. I mean, he's making a living in Canada, apparently.
Which apparently after the gold rush you can still do.
Yeah. This movie was written by Shuki Levy and Shel Danielson.
2.
Those are not real names.
No, those again.
Those are children in a trench coat.
Yep. Yep. Our favorite writing team.
Yeah.
2 10-year-olds in a hotel room.
So
Blasted up.
Shuki
Well,
Levy.
it was the 90s, so it was Crystal Pepsi and Twinkies, right? Or no, this is too late in the 90s for Crystal Pepsi.
Divas.
Yeah, too late for 97. It was like, I don't know what. That was what was that coffee Coke thing that came out?
Ooh.
Oh,
Coke Black. Coke Black, they called it.
Oh shit. I do remember that.
Yeah.
this is the early days of Surge too.
Orbits. Orbits. Remember the little ball, the jelly balls inside the drink? And that it was like shaped like a lava lamp?
Yes.
No.
You don't remember
What?
Orbits? Oh, Brian, that would have been right up, like, you would have been the prime demographic, a kid in the late 90s.
My mom steered me away from so many gimmicky food products, like the colored,
Good for her.
the colored ketchups and shit. She's like, oh,
It was,
we have red ketchup at home.
It was, it was basically non-carbonated soda with boba, like, balls in it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool, I guess.
Really
If you're into tapioca pearls or whatever.
Yeah. So the
If that's your
deal,
bag.
if that's your fetish.
That's how you get off.
You like to live dangerously, drinking with a choking hazard constantly. You know.
I love. Yeah. Most of the time, I'm trying to avoid things getting in my drink.
Yeah.
So Shuki Levy is mostly one of our writers. Is mostly a worked on
A character in the song "Mac the Knife."
mostly worked on animated series throughout the 70s and 80s. Time Boken. Oh my god, that is a 70s anime. Wow.
Wait.
Boken?
So was this directed by two people?
No, it was directed.
Oh.
Yes. Shuki Levy also was a director. Shuki Levy and David Winning directed. Shuki Levy and Shel Danielson wrote. Shuki Levy got to do both.
There's too much collaboration.
Okay, so this person did not come from Saban?
No. Well, I mean, they might have worked for Saban, but I don't know. I mean, obviously they did since Saban produced it, but this person did a lot. Wrote on Heathcliff, the Spider Woman, French and Italian dub.
Wait, the Spider Woman cartoon?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
From the early 80s. He-Man, Inspector
I like
Gadget.
thinking that it was one cartoon. Heathcliff, the Spider Woman.
Yeah. The Littles.
Hey, multiverse, man. It could
Oh,
happen.
guys, remember the Littles?
I do. The song even.
The Mr. T. The Mr. T cartoon.
Oh, man.
That's good.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
The Get Along Gang.
I loved the Get Along game.
Yeah. Heathcliff and the Cadillac Cats.
Yeah, I remember that.
Pole Position. You guys remember Pole Position? I remember
Fuck
that
yeah.
theme song. Pole Position. Da, 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 da. Yeah. This is all before you were born, Brian. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was like, I don't remember any of these.
Going Bananas. I remember that one. The Punky Brewster cartoon.
Oh, it comes around.
It does. Kissy Fur.
I remember that.
Oh, he also wrote for the Punky Brewster sitcom. Rainbow Bright, She-Ra, Princess of Power, Mask, Popples. I'm just reading our Saturday morning childhood here.
Yeah, that's all of them, man.
The Real Ghostbusters.
What?
That was a good show.
That was a
Yeah.
good
It
fucking
was.
show. Zoobilee Zoo. I don't remember that one.
I remember that.
Zoobily Zoo?
It was people and costume mascot.
Alf, the animated series, and Alf Tales.
Damn.
This
Gordon
motherfucker.
Shumway, Melmac,
This
the
motherfucker was
cartoon
far
was
more
super good.
influential on my childhood than I had any idea.
Shuki Levy. Shuki Levy?
BattleTech. You might have been old enough for BattleTech. That was the 90s.
I vaguely remember BattleTech.
The Spider-Man 90s cartoon. Super Pig. Space Strikers. Tenko and the Guardians of Magic. Dragon Ball Z. So, yeah. The 90s Incredible Hulk cartoon. Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation. This is like the Saturday morning kid vid master here.
This person got it.
Yeah.
This person understood cartoons.
They
sounds like.
they made toy companies millions of dollars.
The
of
mysterious
course.
cities of gold. Wow.
Cartoons were created to sell cereal and toys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Animated.
Gotta thank
well, at
Reagan
least
for-
Saturday morning cartoons. I just shouldn't say all cartoons, but
What was
format.
what was the law that Reagan overturned to allow direct advertising to children? I forget what they called it.
The fair play doctrine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They used to require like a point counterpoint sort of thing. The FCC.
Oh yeah. That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you couldn't directly sell ads that were directed at children up until like 83 or 84, I guess.
Right, and that's why like cartoons would be like, so that's why parents, you should buy your kids this instead of like,
Right.
yeah.
Ask your parents about.
Yeah. That's a freaking huge shit.
Well, and there was a thing where there had to be a certain amount of educational content to children's advertising, which is why G.I. Joe had like the more you know.
those are still so
knowing is
fun.
half the battle.
Oh, that's right. Knowing is half the battle. The more
You know what the other
was-
half is? Guns.
Yeah.
Violence.
You know what?
Yeah.
Guns that inexplicably never kill anybody in G.I. Joe.
Ineffective lasers.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a quarter of
Laser,
the battle.
lasers that only blow up brick.
Yeah, only rocks and like steel and shit.
Yeah. And rubble. Rubble is the easiest thing to get buried under. You can just crawl out immediately and start fighting Cobra again.
Rubble.
Shel Danielson was Shuki Levy's writing partner. Shel Danielson does not have as long and storied a career as Shuki did. Let's see. He was a writer on Power Rangers and the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Power Rangers Zeo, Big Bad Beetleborgs,
I remember those.
I remember
Really
Big
love
Bad
those.
Beetleborgs.
and
So we know why this. We already. Oh, sorry. Dan.
Baywatch, General Hospital, and Santa Barbara.
So we know why this person was hired.
Yeah.
The other person knew how to write this format, and this person knew the Power Rangers
Yeah.
canon shit.
Exactly. We've got Johnny Young Bosch as Adam Park. That's the Green Ranger, who I think sat out the whole movie in the hospital bed.
Rocky.
Or
That was the Blue Ranger.
that was the Blue Ranger, right? This is the Green. I don't know who's who.
Yeah, just say their names.
Well, luckily they all just wore their corresponding colors the whole movie.
Right.
They played Power Rangers.
Well, and they were mostly not in the suits, too. Most of these people. So
Yeah. It was very little rangering.
Yeah. Yeah. Johnny Young Bosch. Is ended up doing a ton of voice work in the 2000s, mostly for anime dubs. He, as someone who is constantly being forced to watch anime by his teenage son, I've become familiar with a number of these through no intent of my own, but I do recognize some of these now. This guy played Toji in Neon Genesis Evangelion, and plays Vash the Stampede in Trigun Stampede. I'm sorry.
By far his best work.
Yeah. Nakia Baris as Tanya Sloan. What's funny is I think Nakia Baris and the blonde one, the Pink Ranger, whoever that is, Amy Jo Johnson. No, that was the original Pink Ranger.
Joey Jojo.
Who's the blonde
Catherine
one?
Sutherland.
Catherine Sutherland. They were both at the Tucson Mall a couple months ago. I saw an ad for them doing a signing at a comic book store.
Oh, okay. Because at first I thought they were just seen.
Just hanging out, yeah. I mean,
yeah, that's
yeah.
right.
Nakia Baris as the Yellow Ranger. I think we Nope. We didn't. I think these are mostly new people we didn't talk about previously, unfortunately. She would go on to be in like, I don't know, Jack Frost.
Oof.
Yeah. Barbie in A Mermaid Tale. Okay, that's enough. Oh, she was just in the House Party remake, which is isn't LeBron great movie? Steve Cardenas is Rocky, who sat out most of the movie. He was in the first one. Jason David
Rocky.
Frank as Tommy, who we also talked about previously. That's the Red Ranger. Austin St. John as Jason, also in the first one. We talked about him. Catherine Sutherland as the Pink Ranger. She was not in the first movie. She also went on to be in some more Power Rangers stuff. And the movie The Cell. Weird.
Oh my goodness, the Cell. Ooh.
Yeah. That's a movie that would be fun to do. I haven't seen that in
Crazy.
a long time.
I haven't known.
I've never seen that sober or before midnight. The Cell is
That's
always one of those, like,
so you've watched it in the way it was intended to be watched.
Right.
just confused and tired and wanting to go to sleep, but also trying to get kissed by a girl who loves horror movies and Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah.
That's basically my high school experience.
Everybody's.
Jason Narvi as Skull. Paul Schreier as Bulk. We've talked about both of them before.
Have we?
They were in the first movie.
Uh-huh.
They've been in
Yep.
from the beginning,
Yeah.
and they
So,
will
but
be
they're-
in until the end.
But they're cops
Yeah,
now.
they're the comic relief.
How does that?
They're security. They're private.
Did you just say how?
They're rent-a-cops.
Were they
Yeah.
rent-a-cops in the first one? Sorry, I don't remember.
No, in
No,
the first
they were-
one they were just no good
Just
teens.
high school toughs.
Yeah.
I guess they graduated or got their GEDs or something.
Yeah, they're security at a baseball field.
Yeah, and later, supposed to be, they didn't show up. I imagine they got fired. They were supposed to be security at an international dance-a-thon.
Dance. God damn it, that was one of my tags I wrote down. And you will relieve me of my duties at the international dance-a-thon.
The international.
Relieve him of his duties.
International dance-a-thon. Hillary Shepard Turner played Divatox. This lady, let's see, she did a bunch of like 80s, like those like 80s R-rated comedies. Summer Lovers, Weekend Pass, Private Resort, Radioactive Dreams. I think she mostly was like a beach bunny that showed her tits.
Yeah.
Oh, she was in Tough Guys, that Kirk Douglas, Burt Lancaster movie where they were bank robbers.
That get out of jail after like many years.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
Still, yeah. it's a
Hunk.
good movie.
Lucky Stiff, like all 80s R-rated comedies. She was in Troop Beverly Hills with Shelley Long
Oh,
and Craig T. Nelson.
not a bad movie.
No, Peacemaker, the not the recent series, but the 1990 movie starring Lance Edwards and Robert Forster. She was also in The 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Oh.
She's mostly been in like she was let's see, she did a bunch of TV stuff too, a lot of CSI kind of shit. She did a guest star role in Deep Space Nine. She was in Theodore Rex, the Whoopi Goldberg dinosaur movie.
Holy shit.
Amy Jo Johnson was back as Kimberly Hart, who was the first Pink Ranger, and in this one was not. was not. Blake Forster was the kid who later became Justin, who became the Blue Ranger later on. He, after this, was in Casper Meets Wendy. Let's see. Brady Bunch in the White House, a 2002 TV sequel to the two Brady Bunch movies from the 90s. Weird. I did not know that existed. Yeah, he hasn't had a whole lot of work off and on. And that is about it for our cast. This movie was also, so it was originally intended to be a reunion of the original Power Ranger team, but that
I felt like that was trying to happen.
they couldn't get some of the ones that left back. They only were able to get the 2 that came back because they came back on the promise that they would have richer character development. Which means that for 5 minutes they could be bad guys with red eyes.
Just laughing.
So who are we missing? There was a
I don't know.
black guy, right?
Billy,
And an
Billy,
Asian girl.
the original Blue Ranger.
Billy.
Was he
Yeah.
the one in the
Sorry.
bed the whole time? No, that was Danny?
Rocky was
Rocky.
in the bed the whole time.
Rocky was
No,
in the
Billy had the glasses.
Oh, that's right. So most of the original Power Rangers wouldn't come back because they had, between leaving that show and this movie, joined SAG, and Saban refused to work with SAG members because they didn't want to have to pay them as much as SAG members were required to be paid.
Well, and that's got to be murky waters when you're just throwing in a bunch of like foreign shot stuff interspersed with what you shot.
Yeah, exactly. It's got to be a weird
Gray
rights,
area,
legal gray area. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, so that's what's up with that. This was nominated for Blake Forster was nominated for leading young actor at the 1998 Young Artists Award, which is
The
apparent
Blue Ranger?
that the
The
kid,
little kid, yeah.
which
Becomes
is
a
that's
Blue Ranger.
apparently like still going, and is basically
They're still voting on it.
yeah, they're still voting.
This movie.
No, but no, it's
Oh, that kid.
it's still an ongoing awards show that they do every year. It's basically kid Oscars.
Yeah, they love to give. They love to glad hand each other.
Yeah,
Bland hand.
gland hand.
Glad hand. They like that too.
Yeah, so that's about it. There's not much else to say about the production of this. I have a few reviews.
Oh, come on. Hit us with these fucking reviews.
But yeah, there is not a lot to say about the production. I was thinking that just like it's the same reaction you'd have if a bunch of kids put on their own play in the backyard. You know, like I have nothing to say about it. That was created. Sorry,
So,
reviews.
Letterboxd reviews. Shallow Prow writes, "Ay, ay, ay. 5 stars."
5
Isn't that what Alpha says constantly?
Yes.
Aye, aye, aye.
constantly.
He's like a Mexican robot, I guess.
I guess.
Like a stereotypical Mexican robot? I don't even
Well,
know.
right. He's a caricature, but yeah, he seems to be
He's got tamales steaming in the pot in the kitchen.
Latin.
Oh, man. Robot tamales.
He's throwing chanclas at the Power Rangers when they act out.
Ay, ay, ay. Southwest Paints.
Mopping with Pinot Sol
Yeah.
Fabuloso.
Bat
or Fabuloso, depending.
Yeah, Bat
Depending.
the Blu-ray collector writes, "It's the Empire Strikes Back of Power Rangers movies."
Is it?
I don't
5
know.
stars.
I don't
1
know.
star. I don't know.
5
Yeah,
stars. Yeah, 5
I
stars.
can't contest anything.
So we can we talk about this being on YouTube?
It's on YouTube. Yeah,
I mean Saban's not going to come after us. They're going to go
No.
after
we
YouTube.
can talk about it being on YouTube. Saban isn't going to sue us for us
pays
pointing
$1
out
a
it's on
month.
YouTube.
So the thing that what surprised me about this, because it's on YouTube. If you wanted to watch it, don't. But every single comment is like, "Rest in peace, Jason David Frank."
Right.
aka Tommy Oliver. But where's the one? One of these made me laugh so hard. In memory of Jason David Frank, aka Tommy Oliver, we honor his life by reliving this film. His spiritual legacy as the greatest Power Ranger will live forever.
Jesus
Yo,
Christ,
what?
that's A YouTube comment.
He
Like,
yeah.
and all of them are equally like deep and moved by this one man playing. There were two times I've cried about Jason David Frank. The moment he, Adam, Kat, and Tanya left Turbo and passed the powers on, and his actual death. Tommy will always be the greatest Ranger ever. Thanks for the memories. You were here. We all needed. You were the hero we all needed and still are. Yo, how were people so affected by the Power Rangers?
Oh, dude.
Well,
Dude,
this guy. Yeah, go ahead, Al.
he took his own life in November of 2022.
Yeah.
I
That,
remember
Hanging himself in a bathroom in a Texas hotel.
Oh, Jesus
Age
Christ.
49.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, there were a lot of millennials who grew up with this, and you know,
I'm so glad that my mom kept me away from this, because otherwise I'd have probably been one of these people who's like, yeah, the Green Ranger changed my life. Made me want to play the
You're
flute.
like Larry Grode should have won a kids Oscar or whatever.
yeah. So all right. Hi, back to the reviews. Hydra Looney writes, I meant to watch Manchester by the Sea. Yeah.
It's just, wow.
Yeah.
I hope that's 100% sincere.
Me too. And Jay writes, want a drinking game? Take a shot every time you have to ask yourself, why don't they morph? Also, the water on Earth must be powerful as fuck to cause a ranger to demorph.
Yeah, I had a question about that. but
You caused
Why
the-
is he?
Yeah.
Sorry.
You caused the Zeo powers to stop? You be strong, I guess. For my Power Rangers fans, why did they give up the Zeo powers outside of running out of Japanese footage? We give up some strong-ass shit for driver's ed vehicles? This idea was a sign that Zordon needs to go. Also, is Justin's biology okay after morphing and demorphing here and in the series? Car powers are lame. Major credit for this season for almost ruining the series. Without this hilarious disaster of a season, I never would have gotten Power Rangers in space. Shift into Turbo, the keys didn't even go into the morpher when they morphed.
Wow.
Half a
That's
star.
sort of edgy political.
That's like a Star Wars fan, but for Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Man, they should
But
have never
I
given those
wanna
kids
point-
the internet.
I want to point out that this person referred to Earth's waters. Almost a third person type situation. Your Earth waters.
But yeah, that's it, guys. You ready to just jump into the movie?
Get in there. Rocky, get in there.
Yeah.
All right, I'll get in there.
That's him falling down a well. I
All right, here we go. This is Turbo, a Power Rangers movie. We open with the 20th Century Fox logo and then a scroll in space.
a scroll.
Is the Death Star on its way
It
to
is-
destroy our planet? I wish.
The slowest scroll ever.
Yeah.
It moved so slow. This is for kids who cannot read.
And plus, it's,
Oh, but also with the voiceover
yeah, reading the
Yeah,
scroll to
because
us.
they cannot read.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that they are all like this, but the made up name, there's so many names.
Oh my God.
Complicated.
That are
it was
awful
like
names.
a bunch
Right.
of Polish names. or
I
something.
wish
Just
the
so
Death-
many consonants.
I wish the Death Star was on its way to destroy us, but instead we had to watch Turbo, a Power Rangers movie.
Yeah. All right, scroll.
It tells us that on the planet Liaria, a wizard named Larigo is being hunted down by Divatox, an intergalactic space pirate who is seeking his golden key to traverse
Earth.
Larigo's golden key
Oh my bad.
to traverse an interdimensional gateway and enter into matrimony with Malagor, an imprisoned demon who promises her great riches and power. Her man's on the inside, and this hoe is loyal.
Yeah, she is. She would like smuggle in shit on visitors.
Yeah,
right?
she put her boobs up against the glass in the prison. Was it like Midnight Run?
Yeah, just Midnight Express.
Yeah, Midnight Express, not Midnight Run.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we get the title card. We cut to the planet Liaria. Larigo is being chased by Divatox's guys.
Larry Goat.
They're about to capture him when he teleports to Earth with a magic wand.
Mad fast. He's like, this is something I can do.
Why didn't he do that in the first place?
Why
Why would he
isn't-
run? Why is he running away? Not
Why isn't everybody teleporting all the time? They can all teleport.
Yeah, exactly.
every single character
Is
can
it
teleport.
is it like a Mario video game situation where you have you can use it one time or something? But yeah, it's as if he picked up something he was unfamiliar with and was like whisked to Earth. That was his like retreat. I'm sorry, he looks like he's on LSD. This little fucking puppet. It's so
Dude's pupils are giant.
looks like I said. It looks like one of the Garbage Pail Kids from that movie, and something else we
he
were
looks
talking
like a
about there.
garbage pail kid. Holy shit!
But then there was something else.
There is
You
something
know,
else.
Al mentioned Glomer from the Punky Brewster.
Does he
but there's
look like-
something-
Does he look like Station from Bogus Journey a little bit?
No. Station had a big nose.
Yeah. You're
Big
right. You're
protruding
right.
nose.
There is something he looks like, but I can't put my
He
finger
looks
on
like
it.
the leprechaun.
A little bit,
Kind of,
yeah.
but just those eyes, like, and the okay.
No, this
But
face
anyways,
is like a Monchichi or I don't know.
yeah. Oh, Monchichi's. Folks, if just at least look up Larigoat from Power Rangers Turbo and see what we mean.
Is this fucking thing?
It doesn't speak.
No, not at
That
all.
would cost extra for lip moving animatronic.
But then no, none of the other costume things lips move. They just have voices
yeah, you're
coming
right.
out. Like
You're absolutely right. My man.
so, we cut to Angel Grove. 3 Rangers, Rocky, Adam, and Tommy, are training for a charity fighting competition.
An international dance-a-thon.
Apparently,
They're training
this is
for
to
it.
save the youth shelter. There's apparently a lot of fucking orphans in Angel Grove.
Is that because their parents died when kaiju came and attacked the town?
Probably.
Like
Wow.
this is just the
Real life
aftermath
consequences.
Yeah.
of having
All
the
right.
Power Rangers based in your hometown. Wow, this is more realistic than like Batman, I guess.
I suppose so, yeah.
It's like, I'm moving to Cleveland.
Rocky injures his back for no fucking reason.
And none at all. He's
He
like
flying kicks himself out of the ring.
out of the ring and onto not a table.
No,
No,
just
maybe
the
it's the
floor.
ground. But
It was just the
Yeah.
ground, yeah.
Well, and he made 0 contact with every single kick.
Yeah.
It's probably
yeah.
best that he didn't go out into the field because he's got like depth perception issues.
He's
or
off
some
his
inner
game.
ear issues.
he's way off his game.
Yeah, he's not a good ranger. I don't know why
Not
they
even
keep
in
him on.
WWF.
Better get that 10-year-old instead. So yeah, then
Yeah, he's just soaking up workman's comp money.
Catherine and Tanya, 2 other rangers, arrive with the orphans, specifically Justin.
Yeah, on their creepy bus ride.
Yeah, where they're making the kids sing "Row, row, row your boat."
And they're like, and then the one orphan.
And
him,
not in a round. It's the most frustrating thing to me. If you're going to have kids
I
singing
agree.
row, row, row your boat gently down the stream, somebody should be starting on
Yes.
row, row, row
Yeah,
your boat.
it's
row,
doing it
row, row
around.
your
The
boat,
only
row, row,
reason
row
to
your
sing
boat.
that song. Yeah. Otherwise, it sounds
It's
psychotic.
just- Yeah, it sounds like Children of the Corn.
Yeah,
Right. Life is
Like-
but a dream.
Yeah.
But also,
you
they were
know.
bringing these kids to like the practice of the chip. Like what were they? Why did they load all these kids onto a bus to take them
Look.
down to practice?
'Cause
They,
don't
had
get
to
to
take
see
him
shit.
somewhere.
Yeah, they're orphans.
But why are these 2 rangers given these orphans? I don't know. Do they work at the orphanarium?
Oh, they're running Little Angels Haven.
Oh, that's
Orphanarium.
thank you, Al, for actually having an
Wait.
answer.
So are they social workers then?
I guess
Yeah.
so.
They're taking him to a supermarket. They're like, now everyone pick out your cereal.
I guess
they drive away.
being a Power Ranger doesn't pay well enough that they had to moonlight as social workers.
Charity workers.
I guess.
Who pays for the bus?
That's a moonlight. Some people do it because it speaks to them.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
But I love that there's one sad orphan.
yeah, just one.
not done.
All the other orphans are like, "Woo, not having
He's
parents
like, it's a hard
rocks."
knock life.
Yeah.
And they're like, not us.
They're like, "We love not having parents."
At the orphanarium. Yeah.
So meanwhile, back on Liaria, in a submarine, Divatox is mad that her guys didn't capture Larigo. Her nephew Elgar and a mutant named Rygog were in charge. So she orders Larigo's family to be captured.
Yeah.
And we see she has a pet eel thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
she does.
She cuts off Elgar's hand,
Oh, God.
and he says, "No, not again."
Yeah, he's her nephew.
Yeah, nephew. What? Yeah, not again.
I don't
He has
know.
his
I
cyborg hand.
Meanwhile, cut to Africa. Larigo
Okay.
arrives there and hangs out with some animals for a while.
They had an animal budget.
They did.
There's
How
no
much of the
CGI.
movie went to paying for animals to be in the scene?
Right. That's
Could
a
you
lot
imagine
of, what are
being
those
in that
bonobo
suit, being a
chips?
little
Those
person
are like the
in that
smartest
suit?
chips.
Being a little person in that suit and you have to walk up to a lion?
Yeah.
I mean, the lion is terrifying, but walking up to 6 chimps in that
Oh
thing,
my God.
that,
with the
if
giant
anything is-
eyes
if anything is going to freak out on you, it's a chimpanzee looking at
Yeah.
you as this
with
uncanny valley weird thing, and you can't defend yourself. They will rip that thing right off of you.
they will tear the face off of it because it looks both simian and human at the same time.
Yeah.
Those,
And it won't blink.
Yeah,
And
it
it won't
doesn't
blink.
blink,
its mouth
it's-
doesn't move.
and its teeth are visible. Also,
Yep.
yeah, this whole thing freaks me out.
They would tear it apart like it was a lady who had kept a chimp for a pet. for
Yeah.
30 years.
What? I was just putting curlers in its hair.
Right. Like,
I didn't expect
It
it,
was-
to attack me and eat my
it was
face.
finally done with your shit, or it got dementia. It's an animal.
We cut to Zordon and Alpha. They have sensed the arrival of Larigo. We find out that he can't survive on Earth very long because he's allergic to sunlight, like powder, I guess.
I guess.
This makes no sense because it's that for the rest of the movie, they're just like in the sun constantly.
Well, yeah.
And he teleported to the Earth.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like-
What makes this guy so special? He has a key.
He's not a very good wizard.
No. And his family, so easy to capture, but I guess this guy's a wily
They
one.
captured him off screen, his family. Yeah.
Yeah, just like get him. Like go get him. Like bring him to me like an appointment.
Meanwhile, in the hospital, Justin hides under Rocky's bed, learns the group are Power Rangers. Apparently, they just like lost track of the orphans and never bothered going back to find them.
So I'm telling you, they just dropped him off somewhere.
They get a call from Zordon and they teleport to their Power Ranger clubhouse.
They took all the orphans to a farm upstate.
Yeah.
Just
Well, and-
opened the door.
Do we have the little boy underneath the bed?
Yeah, he's
Underneath
under
the
the
hospital bed? Okay. Yeah.
Justin was hiding under there.
Yeah, he hides under the bed and he finds out they're Power Rangers. At the Power Ranger base, Zordon tells them that Larigo is somewhere in Africa. And so he sends Tommy and
So he sends Toto.
yeah, he sends Tommy and Catherine to search for Larigo. They teleport to Africa. Teleporting seems awfully convenient.
When it is.
Good thing
when
they
it's not.
never get into situations which would be easily solved by teleporting.
Yep.
Rygog finds Larigo on
Wait. Who?
Rygog? Rygog.
Again, a Brett Kavanaugh friend.
Yeah.
The skull head with
Donkey
the giant
Kong.
helmet.
What else?
Oh,
The skull head with the giant helmet.
with the that's the skull head, not the guy with the little diamond nose with the long face?
Yeah,
That
no,
was
no.
Elgar.
Yeah, it's the other guy. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Elgar is the classical composer.
Elgar.
Composer from Britain. Yes,
Yeah.
that's all I could think of was Algar.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Yeah. Rygog finds Larigo on Earth, so Divatox teleports her submarine from the ocean on the planet they're on to the ocean on Earth.
Which apparently the waters of Earth.
But it's funny, she's an intergalactic space pirate, but she's not a pirate in space. She's a pirate in oceans on different planets that she teleports to and from.
I didn't
She's
even
a
put that
pirate
together,
pirate.
Thorough. That's
She's a
hilarious.
pirate.
I just was under the assumption that she could also teleport into orbit, but she's just a pirate in oceans on planets.
That teleports her submarine from planet
Women
to
can do
planet.
anything these days.
Oh, I love a good pirate queen though. That's like one of my favorite sci-fi tropes.
Yeah,
even though
wasn't there
it's
one
failed
in
to reach?
Ice Pirates?
I think so. Oh my God, that's a
yes.
movie I'd love to do sometime.
We should do ice pirates
It is-
and space truckers.
Oh,
There are so
Space
many
Truckers.
bad sci-fi
Space
movies I
Truckers.
want to do.
It's been a long time since I've seen Ice Pirates. So yeah, she's gonna make Elgar and Rygog capture two humans to serve as some sort of sex sacrifice to get her boyfriend out of magic jail.
To get his
Yes.
libido going, I
I
guess.
guess he's got to
Gotta
get
feed him two
horny.
people.
He's got to get horny
But at
enough
this-
to break out of jail.
But at the same time, it feels like she's doing sort of a new wife, like I want his life insurance sort of situation. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna marry him and then I'm gonna be like awesome. Divatox in every home.
Yeah. We cut to a baseball game where Skull and Bulk are working as security. Their boss assigns them to go to the international dance-a-thon that night.
To relieve him, because he just can't take it. The grind has been too much.
That night, on the way to the international dance-a-thon, Skull and
In
Bulk...
their motorcycle with a sidecar.
Yes, in their
Are
motor...
they
A fun-
Nazis? They're the
A
bad
funny
guys.
thing happened on the way to the internet.
The dance. Wait, okay, it's not a dance competition. It's a dance-a-thon. Does
Yeah.
that mean that does that mean it's a fundraiser for like a debilitating illness?
Maybe they used to have dance contests for like prizes and shit, but like Throws
But-
pointed out,
but-
internationals. What's funny? How are you competing? Are teams coming to one place, or is it simulcast like Elvis in Hawaii?
Or like a dance-a-thon, like a telethon? Is it like one of those like you sponsor somebody for every mile they walk, like a math-a-thon thing where it's like
Yeah.
I did this many
We're
math
thinking
problems.
more than Shooky Levy did.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because like also like, yeah, so it's like whoever dances the longest wins or something.
Like, yeah, that movie. What's the movie? Oh, they shoot horses, don't they? The Jane Fonda.
While holding their hand on a car.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, dancing and doing that.
You got to do both.
And how much milk you can drink. Every radio stunt contest you can think of.
So, yeah, they get they get abducted by aliens on their way to the international dance-a-thon.
Sure, they did. At least that's what they told their bosses.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in Africa, Larigo befriends some chimps while Tommy and Catherine get their shit really fucked up by Africa.
Yeah, and I'm with. Yeah, go ahead, Brian.
There's a big snake, and
Oh,
then she jumps into the water, or she falls into the water
She
and
she
breaks
jumps,
her leg.
She jumps
Uh-huh.
to get rid of the snake, but she jumps off a cliff
And then,
Over
like
it.
the guy,
overhanging the river.
and the guy who did the review earlier, I thought the same thing immediately. She morphs to her Power Ranger self as she's hitting the water, but then is immediately back to like what?
Well, she,
Yeah.
she wasn't fully morphed when she hit
She
the
turns
water, so
pink?
that
She was
Oh,
not a girl, not yet a Power
Oh.
Ranger.
it,
I know, I see
somewhere
what you
between.
mean, Al.
they
She
have the
was in
same
middle of
weakness as the
morphing.
Wicked Witch. So if she gets wet, she can't.
Right.
Yeah, that's what
Use
the
her
dude
power.
was
But also,
Earth's
like, why
waters,
weren't-
apparently
Why weren't these two like morphed the whole time?
already.
Yeah.
So,
And what's with
because
the
they had
backpacks?
contractual. Yeah, I
But
don't
somehow the water breaks her leg or something.
Yeah.
know. Yeah, she
something.
dives wrong.
I think her leg got broken in the rapids, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
happened
I
pretty
don't
fast.
know. There are so many things that just happen in the next scene where it's like, oh, I guess they didn't show us that happening.
No, they don't. And then also, like, it's anything that happens is just taken back immediately by like the most convenient magic ever.
Right. Why not teleport before
yeah.
you hit the water?
Meanwhile, in their submarine, Divatox is unhappy with Skull and Bulk. She doesn't think they're sexy enough for her man.
I mean, to each their own. They're good-looking dudes. You know, they seem funny. That's
Yeah.
if you can make somebody laugh, that's half the battle.
They were 90s premier gay power couple.
They were a gay power couple. Yes.
They got their brains scrambled more
They
than
did.
they already
Or
were.
even more. They constantly were.
They did, and now they're weird, racially insensitive stereotypes.
One's German and one's Spanish speaking.
Oh, Italian at some times.
Was that Italian?
Does he switch
Say-
between romance languages?
Oh, he's just Latin in
Maybe.
general.
At some point, Skull says he's Antonio Bandera.
I
Not
missed
Antonio
that.
Banderas, but Antonio Bandera.
Just
Leave
one
off that.
Bandera.
Just one bandana.
So yeah, Tommy and Catherine eventually find Larigo with his apes, and Larigo cures them from the ass whooping that Africa gave them.
That should be a hip hop group. Larigo and his apes.
It is apes and popping.
He's about
See,
to pass.
I actually thought those chimps were gonna fuck him up the first time they met him, but they took him under their wing or something.
Yeah.
Were they trying to lead him out of the sun? Were
I
they
guess.
just like, hey, come check out our pad.
Does he just need
let's
some?
Go get stoned.
Does he just need some like SPF 50 or something? Would he be okay then?
Yeah, he's on acid.
You'd have to
so
rub
he
it on his
definitely needs
eyes
someone.
too, I think.
And on his eyeballs.
That would be a hilarious scene in a comedy. Just putting the sunscreen everywhere. It's not in your mouth.
On his tongue.
Oh, ow.
Like an Ace Ventura type.
So yeah, he's about to pass out from the sun, I guess. So they
From partying with chimps from dusk till dawn,
Yeah.
man.
So they just teleport back to the base.
Yep. Easy peasy.
Back in the ocean, Divatox finds Kimberly Hart and Jason Lee Scott, ex-Rangers, who are scuba diving nearby. But then they say they were on their way to the karate championship or competition. So they were
There are a
scuba.
lot of-
Just a little scuba diving along the way.
I like to think they were
Little-
scuba diving to the competition. That was
So
their mode of
this-
transport.
Another competition.
This is the most confusing part of the whole movie.
Oh, is it?
I mean, to me, there are a lot
Yeah,
of confusing
no.
parts. But like, we just cut to two other characters who, if you were not aware that they were Power Rangers before, they're
Right,
just two people
yes.
scuba diving,
Let's be
and then all of a sudden she says,
I
like, you
recognize
should
her.
morph.
Let's
I
be clear,
recognize her 'cause
Brian.
I remember her from my childhood.
Brian, let's be clear. We are the first 4 people to ever watch this movie who did not watch the Power Rangers show.
That's true.
Right.
That's very
Yeah.
true. Well, we're probably the first 4 people to ever discuss this openly with each other also, because I don't think Power Rangers fans get
That
together.
are-
Like, they don't have like Power Ranger Con, do they?
I don't know. Two of these Rangers
Everyone has a
there was a
con.
They were at the
line.
mall.
There were a
That's
line.
right.
2 of these Rangers were signing. There was a long
Right.
line.
If you care as much as the dude that wrote that comment, or
That's true. And Tommy did
definitely
change
would
people's
know.
lives, I guess.
yeah, now and forever.
Yeah.
I would go get Amy Jo Johnson's autograph
I bet you would, Al.
if she were at the
You
if she were at the
perv.
mall.
Rebirth.
Yeah.
She's
Still the cute ranger.
If she was at the mall,
If she was at the mall.
just that old, like seeing Mr. G. Yeah.
So yeah, they
If she were at Food City, no.
but at the mall.
Fuck that.
I mean, I would
Totally
definitely.
sus.
I have no reason to be at the mall. There's a lot of
Oh my
reasons to go to
God.
Food City.
Al, you might remember this. Remember when like one of those Pac-10 issues of Playboy came out, and there were a couple Wildcats in
Oh,
it.
and they were signing at the 7-Eleven.
At the 7-Eleven at Speedway and Park, they were signing their Playboy. I still have mine somewhere.
Oh my!
I think I still have mine.
Was that an official signing, or did they just get cornered by some fans?
I don't. You tell me.
No, it was
There-
advertised.
Wow!
Was it? All
The
right.
7-Eleven.
Yeah, because we had to have known.
Ooh. So, anyways, Divatox captures Kimberly and Jason. Meanwhile, back at the Power Rangers base, Larigo is in the ICU, I guess, but they get a video. They get FaceTimed by Divatox, who's captured.
This mask thing is so
Yeah.
far away from his face.
So far. And made for.
I don't know what that
Very
thing is supposed
gross.
to be doing. They explained it, right? Didn't they like
I don't know.
they're like it's changing the air to be like his air or something. I don't even know. It doesn't matter.
I don't know, because it was the sun that fucked him up. But yeah, I guess that was
Yeah.
just into.
Yeah. So, anyways, she demands that Larigo surrenders himself. Divatox,
Because it's revealed that he has his wife.
Yeah.
That she, Divatox, has Larigo's wife, Yara, and their baby.
Yarago.
What's the baby name, Al?
I don't know.
Timmy.
Baby Larigo.
They said it,
Baby.
but I didn't write it down.
So, and
Larry,
also,
Larry Larigo.
it's-
They screwed him over, like did one of those.
It's Larogu.
So
and also, she reveals to the Power Rangers that she has Kim and Jason.
Yeah, Josh.
And they're like, those are the people from the TV show.
Uh,
Somebody needed to say that in this movie. They used to be members of the team, blah, blah, blah. Like
they
I
do
assume that-
at one point say they'll be fine. They used to be Power Rangers themselves.
Oh, okay, good. I must have missed that
That's
because
true.
I think I missed a lot of this movie because it was
But
really
ag-
hard to focus
again,
on.
Thoreau's point is paramount because few people that didn't know this shit saw this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so it would be like us seeing an MCU cameo. You know, like when another hero shows up, it's like woo.
Yeah, like why is the Falcon?
probably what
in
it's like for these
Ant-Man? Like,
Yeah.
right, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So in their cell, Kimberly and Jason find Bulk and Skull. Larigo recovers at the Power Rangers clubhouse. He's gonna surrender to Divatox, so they teleport to the exchange site.
Appomattox.
Where Elgar tricks the Rangers and captures Larigo. And also, Divatox's guys have jet skis now.
Jet skis.
I was expecting them to fly and then they
Douchebags.
just stayed in the water. I mean,
Because they're
You can't-
pirates.
They're pirates, not space pirates.
and you know what, though? Those guys were so happy because you can't not be happy on a jet ski.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Money doesn't buy happiness, but it buys a jet ski.
Even if you're
Yeah.
Alan Jackson wearing jeans, you're going to be
Mitch
happy on a
Hedberg?
jet ski.
Yeah.
Is that a Mitch Hedberg bit from the 90s? The jet ski thing?
Oh, maybe.
I think it's Hedberg. I
Yeah.
don't remember. It's somebody else's joke that I'm obviously stealing.
So, Larigo.
Thanks for admitting that, Brian.
It's not often that I admit I'm stealing jokes.
Larigo is imprisoned with his family. Divatox plans on using him to open up some sort of interdimensional thing so they can get to the island of Maranthia, where
They have to get through
Malagor.
they have to get through the Nemesis Triangle.
Nemesis Triangle.
So so they go. I don't know.
I feel like you're setting the triangle up for failure, if that's what you call it. Give it a chance.
Why didn't they just use the Bermuda Triangle? Like, there's a place on Earth that can open up this thing. It's called the Bermuda Triangle. Boom, done.
Look it up. It's
Yeah.
science.
Yeah.
Like, all of a sudden, a generation of kids believes in the Bermuda Triangle.
Like Earth's waters are mysterious.
You know what's funny? Since GPS, there's been a marked drop in numbers of ships being lost in the Bermuda Triangle.
Yes.
Well, what's up with the Bermuda Triangle disappearing and no more quicksand? This
Right.
movie needed quicksand.
Absolutely.
Just a whole gang trapped in quicksand.
It needed pianos and anvils falling on people. Something else
Like
I was
the good
constantly
old
worried
days.
about.
Yeah.
Painting a tunnel onto the side of a wall.
Yeah.
Yep.
So all right. Back at their base, Zordon and Alpha create new powers and Turbozords for the Rangers to defeat Divatox. With these
Behold your new Turbozords.
with these new turbo powers and new vehicular Turbozords.
So
the
what is it? It's like
Rangers-
a Toyota Tercel. It's a Suzuki Ninja, or not a Ninja. What are those things called? The little Suzuki trucks?
Samurai?
Jeeps?
the sidekick.
Samurai.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
that's it. Oh,
It's like
Either
a
of them,
Samurai and a Tercel. There was a van, like an
There was a
actual van.
minivan. One of
Yeah.
them was a minivan.
but to fight the
Turbo
pirates.
minivan.
A turbo minivan.
Turbo minivan. Yeah, gotten some action in a turbo minivan. But yeah, to go up against the submarine.
Right. And all of a sudden, they're just driving across a desert.
The
Where
alkaline
the fuck
flats
is
like
this?
they're in Death Valley, wherever they are always shooting that kind of thing. The Salton Sea.
Oh my God. So they travel across the desert because they have to get to a ship that they can sail through the Nemesis Triangle, whatever the fuck triangle.
I really wish it was the Friendship Square.
The desert had a name. It was the Great Desert.
Great.
And they were driving to find the Ghost Galleon.
The Ghost
Right,
Galleon.
a ship.
Yeah.
We're driving to find a ship.
Which seems to be
Naturally.
which is a big ship. It's got the sails. It's an old pirate ship, clearly.
Yep, old Cuddy. No,
Why a
Flipper
ship
ship.
and not a teleportation thing? They have
They
those
can't
backpacks?
teleport through the Nemesis Triangle.
Oh,
Yeah, that's an internet. But
Everybody, that's like first day ship, Brian. Come on.
so anyways, they arrive and then
did we? Okay, so this ship, when they arrive to the ship, there are skeletons everywhere.
Yes.
One-eyed Willie.
Sure.
One-eyed Willie's on the ship.
Yeah.
Like, what happened to this ship, and how do the Power Rangers have it? How does Zordon just have this ship? Did he kill all those pirates?
It got caught in the triangle, right?
But no, but their
Nope.
keys for their brand new Turbozords are what start the ship too.
Yeah.
yeah.
Huh.
But also it has to start the
means you
ship.
should-
It's got sails.
Yeah, if your key turns, you win the ship. That's another radio
Yeah.
contest.
It's like Zordon pimped their ride out with automatic sails.
We started with the regular Clipper ship. But
And
he
There's a TV
loves
screen in
movies.
every
Yeah.
bulkhead.
Yeah, we put screens on all.
the ballasts are just subwoofers.
But
Man, I want to pimp a boat now. I want to pimp a pirate ship.
But before they get on the ship, the Blue Ranger, we see a person become the Blue Ranger who then drives and arrives at the ship. They could have teleported to the ship at least. They didn't need to
I know.
drive across the Great
I
Desert.
know. I love when
Well,
characters
they had to
transport
drive their
themselves
Zords
right
to the
nearby.
boat to put them on.
They can't
Yeah.
teleport their Zords.
Apparently not.
No, it's a ferry. You got to get on the ferry.
So did the Zords come with them on the boat?
Yes.
Yes.
They say we
They
have
did.
to. They have to put
In
the
the boat?
Zords on the boat. They talk about loading the Zords onto the boat.
But they don't
Suddenly it's
show
Fast
us.
and Furious. They're black market selling
Hey,
cars.
they need ideas for Fast 11 going to the ocean in a
Fast
car.
11, Larry goes
Underwater.
revenge. Underwater.
Ghost Galleon.
What if it just
Any place a car shouldn't be in the movie.
There's a point in the Fast 10 trailer where he's driving down a dam as it explodes.
I
I
don't
mean,
didn't
who
we,
hasn't driven
didn't
down?
we talk about there was one clip where somebody drove to space? Or
Oh
something?
yeah, I cannot wait to do those movies. Those will be probably as fun as these movies are.
I at least
I hope
Yeah,
more
I
fun than
hope
this movie.
there
Oh my
were
God.
yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, it's 2.5 months of our lives. 2.5 Sundays of our lives. Or 2.5 months of Sundays. 10
I'm
So many of
upset
those.
that little thing is now in my memory. That little laryngote looking thing.
Yeah.
So
I'm just glad he
angry.
didn't
I've been
talk.
shown that.
If he had like a voice, like an Alf voice or something, that would have been so much worse.
I've been like Power Ranger friends.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I can do some magic to fix your broken leg.
So I had some close-up magic that impresses Chips.
Cartridge the whole time.
Yeah,
I
just
thought
some
this guy was a
cartridge.
fucking wizard.
He's like
man.
mind freak.
Just a street magician.
Yeah. Watch the little glowing orb. Which hand's it in? Which hand's it in?
Anybody got a fresh 20 on him? I'll make it go away.
Oh, so all right. Anyways, we discover that Justin is now the Blue Ranger. It's like, don't worry, he's an orphan. There's not going to be any parents pissed off about this.
No waivers to sign.
If he dies, no one will know.
Leave him on a boat.
So they load their Zords onto the pirate ship and then sail through the night
Load their Zord.
to the tune of Shift into Turbo by Full Fledge and MC No Joke. That is the name of the artists, the credited artists
MC No Joke
of the
you
rock
better
song
be.
Shift into Turbo.
The lyric that I wrote down was, "There's hope for the world, hope for the world."
Wow. Thanks, MC
DJ
No
No
Joke.
Yeah, MC. Yeah, man. If you're gonna call yourself that, you better be hardcore.
Yeah, you better mean it.
There can't be any room to joke about you. Like you should be Suge Knight.
Meanwhile, on Diva Tox's submarine, Jason and Kimberly come up with a plan to escape, which is basically open the
Escape?
door. Yeah.
Escape. Yeah. Exactly.
What are we gonna do? We're gonna go out.
Yeah,
this
we
way?
should just escape. Yeah.
Yeah. Diva,
Well, and doesn't she say like, "Oh, if only we could morph"?
yeah, she does.
Yes, she does.
That to me, that was the point that I caught it, where I was like, "Oh, okay, now the audience knows that they were Power Rangers." But I guess we were told that explicitly, and I
We were, and
don't pay attention.
and also, again, every single audience member except for us for this movie in the like 25 years since it was made watched the entire Power Ranger series.
Yeah.
Very true. It's a really confusing thing to watch.
If only we
What's
could
going on?
morph. Anyone can say that. Any character. In any movie.
Yeah, I often think to myself, if only I could morph.
If only
Every
I could
day.
morph.
If
Yeah,
only I could
every
turn
day.
into a bug and be crushed.
Yeah, so many
Ooh.
social situations I've been in.
I have a very specific.
Yeah, you've
Sorry,
got to.
guys.
I'm gonna
You
turn
got
into
to
a
pay
bird
extra
and
for
fly
that,
away.
Brian.
Hey,
Not much.
John Goodman in that what was that, Arachnophobia?
Yeah.
That's how I want to
Like-
crush me.
You've got a Franz Kafka fetish.
Just weird.
Don't come in unless you're gonna crush me.
Yeah, dressed as a cockroach, just laying on the floor, waving your arms just like this.
Just hissing.
So yeah,
Gregor Mendel. That's the character's name. I was trying to think of it. Sorry.
Gregor.
Wasn't that a Nazi scientist?
Gregor Mendel.
I don't know. That was the name of the guy who woke up a cockroach
Yeah.
in the metamorphosis.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You're right.
So so Divatox sends some monsters to attack the Rangers. So then the Rangers fight them. They don't morph. They fight them as teenagers.
They just fight him.
Does it?
The
does it-
not cool mutant turtles.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does
Not
it
cool at all.
cost them like I'm trying to think, like mana, like like energy numbers to morph?
Yeah.
Like do they
HP?
have to like is there some rule that was established in the show that like we only have the ability to morph once every 6 hours, so
No.
you have to be
That's a
very
good
careful.
question.
Absolutely not. See, the problem was the Japanese didn't film any shots of them fighting the monsters in the suits on a
On
ship.
a boat.
Yeah.
On a motherfucking boat.
Yeah, so back on the submarine, Kimberly and Jason start busting out of submarine jail as they approach the Nemesis Triangle.
Submarine jail sounds like where submarines have to go.
So
Submarine grand larceny. You go straight to submarine jail.
Grand Theft Submarine.
They stole
There was no license plate. How are we going to find them?
They stole a submarine. We're looking for them in Montana.
We drove our Zords.
So, yeah, they go through the dimensional gateway. She makes Larago do it with his magic wand.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, she does.
He's a real freak like that.
He unsheaths his magic wand.
Oh, that's a little weird baby making music.
The Rangers go through too. There's a big storm. After everyone goes through the dimensional portal, Kimberly, Jason, Skull, and Bulk escape. Jason gets recaptured immediately.
Kimberly Jason Skull. Do you take
Kimberly, Jason, Skull. Woo. The Rangers arrive at the island where Malagor is. Kimberly, Bulk, and Skull get captured by some white men dressed as natives.
some white man?
Yeah. Where is
leave
this
it there.
island? Are they?
It's
supposed
on
to be
the other side.
This is like so. This is kind of similar to like Fijian war masks, kind of, but also, yeah. I don't know. This whole thing is.
The Nemesis Triangle was a dimensional gateway, so they're in a triangular dimension.
Oh,
Wait, the dimension's triangular? I thought the
Once
gateway was
again,
triangular.
so wait, does that mean it's two-dimensional? Because it's just a triangle? So are they three-dimensional characters in a two-dimensional space? Are they
It's true. It's not a pyramid.
stomping on flatlanders?
Possibly.
Yeah, what is
Al,
going
you're
on
a
here?
scientist. You understand math. How does that
What's the deal?
work? Being in a triangular dimension.
Yeah, you know what that's like, right, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Is
been there.
okay. What kind of triangle though? Like isosceles?
Acute.
Acute? I mean,
Oh,
Pink
Obtuse.
Ranger's there.
cute, yeah.
Is
Whoa,
it
Divatox
right
is
triangle?
both cute and obtuse.
Well, the Bermuda Triangle was an acute triangle.
Mm.
It would just flare up at certain times.
Yeah.
No, that's chronic.
So, all right. So they.
Wait. Divatox calls Rita Repulsa
That's right. She
for
calls.
advice.
We get a cameo by Rita Repulsa.
What
This
up,
was-
girl?
This was the highlight of the film.
It really was.
And
I
just
wanted
their
to see her bachelor part.
They're like-
part.
they're like eye rolls at each other because they're not allies. I love
No,
this.
you know, ladies and their cattiness.
Right?
Yeah.
Bitches be shopping.
They're both pining over Malagor.
He was the Brad Pitt of their time.
And her
He's the
best
Al
advice.
Gore of the triangle dimension.
Sexy.
Evil Al Gore.
Her best
Al
advice is
Gore.
run.
That's just solid advice.
Yeah.
You know? Gotta
Never
get
goes out of style.
cardio. It's important.
So
Just run.
Divatox torpedoes the Ghost Galleon. The Rangers escape, though, in their Zords, which are also apparently aquatic vehicles.
So, for some reason, this is the most expensive shot in the whole movie. Them blowing up the pirate ship,
Mm.
practical, full-sized pirate ship exploded in the ocean.
Yeah. They did film all the island stuff in Hawaii, I noticed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's Kualoa Ranch. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Jurassic Park filming area.
Mm.
I used to pick mushrooms there.
Nice.
Nice. So did Laragoat.
That's what's wrong with his eyes. He's been eating the fucking
Oh.
mushrooms.
And why he can't talk. He's eating a lot.
Yeah. Kimberly gets brought to Divatox by the natives of the island who worship Malagor as their god. They go to a temple inside a volcano. The Rangers go there too. They fight. They fail to free Jason and Kimberly, who are being lowered into a pool of lava or a pool of badly. They're okay. At this point, the special effects started getting especially terrible. Like all of like the morphine effects and the lava, like green, like all looked really, really bad.
The lava. So I used to work at a museum that had a science museum inside it, like a science wing. and we had a volcano. It was in Hawaii, so we had a volcano with water with big chunks of foam that we would pour clay into and dye orange and red. It looked actually not even exactly, it looked better than the volcano that they used, which just made me laugh because it's so easy to make a fake volcano thing. People have been doing it since the 70s, probably before.
Yeah, a lot of us did it for a project.
Yeah, like
baking soda and vinegar.
It's just a weird effects shot. I was like, wow, they really cheaped out on the volcano lava green screen shot.
Now I think about it, the volcano is nature's triangle.
It is.
True.
Or pyramid, I suppose.
Yeah. So, so anyways,
is a pyramid in the triangle
cone.
dimension just a triangle? Al, this is a question for you.
I'll take my
There are
answer
several
off air.
types of pyramids in geometry. A pyramidal prism. I mean, you could have one that's got 3 sides, or one that has 4, like we've classically seen in Egypt and Mexico and elsewhere.
Is it still a pyramid if it's got more than 4 sides?
Can there be a pyramid with 5, 6, or 7 sides?
Because at a certain point,
theoretically.
Yeah,
that's why we have you here.
Theoretically,
for theories.
You're just dividing up those parts.
So
at a certain point, it becomes a cone.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's what I meant about the volcano. Yeah, I guess that's essentially a cone.
A cone is just a pyramid with infinitely many sides.
Now we're talking, Al.
Now we're getting there.
So, all right. So Jason and Kimberly become evil and attack the Rangers.
The children of evil.
They had the capability within them all along. Let's just be clear.
Yeah.
They're capable of great violence, these Power Rangers.
They are.
They're on our side.
So, but the Rangers free Larigo and his wife and baby, who undo the possession with their magic wands, which seem to be able to really do anything they need to do at any point that they want to do it.
Except when it's helpful to Larry Gold.
Larry Gold.
Goat Larry.
Larry Goat.
He's the goat. He's the glizzy.
Yeah.
Larry the
Just
glizzy
Larry.
goat.
No cap.
This kid is Larry Goat.
So yeah.
Lawrence. Sorry, Lawrence Larry Goat.
So then Divatox sacrifices her nephew, which apparently makes Malagor horny enough to wake up and come out. To my understanding, that's what was going on.
So I'll kill your nephew.
Everyone flees the volcano. Malagor busts out. And then...
There was a cute moment where Divatox is like an acute triangle. A cute moment. Divatox is having second thoughts once she sees Malagor come up, and then Raigon is like, "You sure you want to marry that?" She's like trying to hide behind him. Like, "Oh, hey, sweetie."
Like one of those reality shows, like Love is Blind or something like that. Yeah, where you have
the big reveal.
Yeah. Like, oh shit, Malagor. I think I'm gonna stay with Rygog. Boomsy.
Malagor,
Weebs.
You will not get a rose, and you will leave the compound immediately.
I love you so much it scares me.
I love you so much it scares me.
So I'm gonna have to go with Rygog.
So the Rangers combine their turbo zords.
Because Rygog gave me a handy in the house.
The Rangers combine their turbo zords to form the Turbo Megazord.
Which has tiny arms.
Yes, it does.
It is
like a car.
Strangely proportioned. This whole robot with a sword with tiny T-Rex arms.
Yeah.
Also,
Zordon,
did anybody time how long this fight was? Because I think it was less than 30 seconds.
Yeah.
It was a fast fight, yeah.
A minute at best.
Which
fast,
I mean,
too
I hate to
furious.
say it, it's not like this is super expensive. It's just two guys in big foam suits.
Well, this is I mean, this
It's
is
actually chips because they paid for a week of chips.
no, this is definitely from Japan.
We're getting our money's worth out of these chips.
Yeah.
this footage.
In the
This foot,
in the first Power Rangers movie we watched, our Megazord was CGI.
That's right. They had special CGI Megazord in the first one. This time they just used the Japanese footage they had available. Yeah, they defeat Malagor.
They slice him in the belly with their sword, and he falls off the cliff into the water.
Yes, he does.
And that's it.
And that's it.
And I'm sorry, he's been imprisoned for that long and he hasn't taken a ship to the gut
You're right.
before.
Okay, so the Malagor, before we step away from Malagor, now that he is no more,
Step away from Malagor.
he reminds me of the Golgotham from Dogma, the shit demon.
Yeah, dude.
yeah.
I know what you
I will
mean.
say the face animation, or the face, not animation, but the face, like what would you call that? Animatronic control of the eyebrows and the mouth, and the
Yeah,
eyeballs
animatronic. I think is the best.
was pretty cool. The moment it came out of the little hole in the volcano, when it was like normal person sized, before they shot it differently, it's the same thing. I liked that. That was the one effect where I was like, "Oh, this really works. This is kind of neat." And then that stopped. That feeling went away immediately.
Yeah, immediately. So anyways, yeah, the Divatox and Rygog flee, vowing vengeance. Rangers pick up Jason, Kimberly, Larigo, Yara, Bulk, and Skull.
Sounds like a softball team.
And return to Angel Grove. Do we see any resolution for Larigo and his family? They don't do they beam back home or anything?
No. In the credits, they're still hanging out inside the Megazord with Bulk and Skull. And
That's right. We had
the old Pink Ranger and the other guy, and
they're having a
The
power.
old
They're
having
having
a-
Ranger.
yeah, they're having a Power Ranger party.
It's weird. Yeah.
The Pink Ranger, one of the least liked Texas Rangers.
Yeah, and Bulk and Skull are like go power bottoms.
Wow. Go power. I like that. Go.
Go power.
I'm gonna use that.
Yeah. So anyways,
I'm gonna use that.
back at the International Martial Arts-a-thon.
Yeah, which maybe is the dance-a-thon. We can't tell.
Yeah. Jason takes Rocky's place and they win the fight. They do it in a boxing ring. That's so weird to do martial arts in a boxing ring.
Yeah. To have 3-on-3 in a boxing ring.
3-on-3 martial arts in a boxing ring is weird.
Slash wrestling
There's-
ring.
I just saw for the first time there's a mixed martial art where they have 3-on-3 bare knuckle mixed martial arts boxing and grappling.
Jesus.
And I watched like a minute and a half of it, and my body hurt from watching these guys just walk up behind each other and punch each other in the back of the fucking head. One guy be fighting another guy, and the other guy just walks up and whacks him in the back of the head. I was like, "Oh no! I don't want to do that.
Yeah, no
That doesn't
thanks.
seem like fun. That hurts. That's a concussion right there."
Credits roll to the tune of Power Rangers Turbo Go by Superpower featuring Jim Cushionary.
Featuring. All right.
And that's the movie. There is that mid-credits thing where they're partying Power Ranger style inside the Zords.
Gross.
The Megazord, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
And the after
5
credit
stars.
scene would have happened before they got back to Angel Grove.
yeah. Yeah, it would have been on the way back to Angel Grove, yeah.
And they're totally talking in that scene too. It's like they filmed it and then just
Yeah, decided not to use
let's just take out the audio and throw it in the credits.
and play Power Rangers Turbo Go over it.
It probably wouldn't have helped the story at all.
Yeah. That is
Yeah, it might have been detrimental to the story somehow.
that's a movie. I don't know. I think I've said everything I have to say about it.
Yeah, me too.
It's the worst Power Rangers movie we've done,
Absolutely. Of the
which
three,
is saying something.
5 stars.
Are we ranking this one?
I mean,
Ryan just did.
yeah. I mean, this one and one other would have been on the list had I known of their existence prior, rather than like the other ones we've doing, which we like rethought of putting on our list. But I don't know.
I'm cool not ranking these.
Yeah.
Same.
I would put this below All Superheroes Must Die.
Wow.
Really?
I would.
This
I
didn't
would
hurt
too.
me like that one did.
I would have. I mean,
I don't know. That thing, Larry Grote there or whatever, he's. Oof.
Glizzy Goat, Larry Grote.
Larry. Yeah. He's a pawnbroker. In town.
I would
Has
probably
billboards.
personally put it somewhere around Superman 4: The Quest for Peace.
Yeah. It's just aimless.
All right.
But either way, we're not ranking it because who cares?
Stop ranking. Stop thinking about that.
So that's it for the Power Rangers, which means it's time to announce next week. We're going to be starting a little mini series.
Woo!
About one Mr.
Dr. Jones.
Mr. Dr. What was his real name? It wasn't Indiana. It was Henry. One Dr. Henry Jones. Yes.
Junior.
Junior. Henry Jones Jr. Henry Jones Sr.
Oh, I can't
will
wait
appear
to
at
do
some
that
point.
movie. Oh, I love The Last Crusade.
I love 3 of these at least.
Oh yeah, of course.
But
I'm just saying. That's
but
fun
yeah,
that we're
so
going to talk about Last
yeah,
Crusade.
this will culminate in us doing a kind of special episode for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, which will be coming out at the end of June, beginning of July, 4th of July weekend. So look.
So we're going to go see it for y'all.
Indiana Jones and the Radioactive Oranges.
Why, they're just harmless.
So next week, Raiders of the Lost Ark, everybody. Raiders of the Lost Ark next week. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Until then, thanks for hanging out with us. This has been your host, Throw Smiley, and I'm off to the bathroom with my turbo hand blaster.
No, Tanya, they're extraordinary cars. I'm Josh Lucy.
This movie scrambled my brain, so I should be easier to deal with next time. I'm Brian Lesh.
I suppose I'll have to do with just one sacrifice. I'm Alaric Weber.
Bye, everybody.
Oh.